Hello, friends. I'm so excited today because it is a day to celebrate love. And by far, y'all are showing me when you come to the lives that for the most part, you're looking for love advice. So I'm going to do it today, again, a little bit different because I want to allow the cards to show off in a little bit of a different way. Oopsie. And I'm going to do that. So I am Catherine. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot, where I'm on a mission. It's really difficult to find a partner who's Hello, hello, testing, testing. Oh, you guys can hear me now. Thank you. You are beautiful. Okay, let's go forward. Okay, thank you. I love when stuff like that happens, you guys, because it has been a real experience learning how to be a tarot reader in on the internet. And occasionally I lose sound and I don't know why. So I appreciate you letting me know. Let's just begin as if we hadn't started. And today we are doing cards that about love advice. So if you would like to have me draw you a card, the fee is simply a gratitude. So be beautiful. I know that you are grateful that there's sound now. And so I'm going to use that as a praise. But my idea is to share what we're grateful for right now as we're in a place where we're kind of stuck when it comes to love. So this particular card I drew for the collective, and this is a card for someone who is going through a breakup or a divorce. Okay, so what it's showing is that the divine is absolutely carrying the weight of what you're going through. All right, and so when you forget, when you lose the awareness that you have a divine source helping you, you can actually feel like this side of the card. Look how exhausted she looks. And look how it just looks tired, right? And sometimes when you're going through a breakup, it can be just exhausting. But what the card is showing is that golden parachute, two of them, two golden parachutes. And that to me is that reminder that you really do need to remember who you are. You are a divine being having a human experience. And when we go through the heartbreak of a divorce or of a separation or breakup, it can feel like the world is actually coming apart. And why do you need a parachute? You need a parachute if that vehicle you're traveling in, an airplane, if it has problems, you have to jump out. And so this card is clearly letting you know that if you're feeling stretched and stressed by this breakup or divorce, that you are being supported and that you are on your way towards the positive end of it. Okay, so there you have it. Reading for the collective until you all put something in there. I'm going to draw a card for Be Beautiful now, hoping you can still hear me because there's not a comment yet. What are you grateful for? Did you wake up this morning breathing? That's a good thing. Last time I checked, that was an important part of our life that we all take for granted. So be beautiful. This card is for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Be beautiful. Have you been here before? Are you returning or is this your first time? Okay, what do we have? What is the love advice for my beautiful friend, Be Beautiful, who helped me fix my audio? Appreciate you. Okay, what is it? What is it? Beautiful. Okay. I like to play the game where the card throws itself out. It's mysterious to me. I'm not picking it. The card flipped itself over. So Be Beautiful. Let's take a look here. Oh, thank you. You've been following me all that. Oh my gosh, I'm honored. All right, so what an interesting position this person finds themselves in. Have you ever watched one of the performances where people hang in the silk like that? It's like art, it's beautiful. And this shows that a part of you has put a pause when it comes to love. You have chosen to rest. If you're sensing Be Beautiful that you're wishing that there was someone there for you and perhaps you're wanting a little bit more from love, I would say that this shows that at one point, you checked yourself out, you knew it was to your highest good, and it's a pause, it's in between. So that would always mean that another part of you wants to stop hanging like this. I love that card for this because imagine if you were hanging upside down, like even for a whole day, it would not be comfortable. But if you look at the light that's shining around her head, it's showing that the wisdom you are seeking is right there for you. So where in your life can you step out? Where in your life can you stop pausing? You can't force the universe to bring you a partner. It doesn't work that way. But where is it that you feel restriction in your own life that you can open yourself? One of the best pieces of advice here is to clear clutter. I'm not even kidding. Your refrigerator, your car, your a room in your house that's a junk room. Start with a junk drawer, but find some place in your life that's cluttered, go through it, and throw away anything you're not using. Believe it or not, that's enough action to get the universe to start drawing to you more loving experiences. Okay, be beautiful. And hey, Brandon, welcome. Anybody who would like to have a reading, it's super simple because, oh, thank you guys for helping me. I appreciate it so much. It's super simple to receive a reading. All you need to do is put something, oh, misery. God love you, misery. Um, all you have to do is to put something into the stream that you appreciate. What's going right in your life? If you can think of something to be grateful for, I'm going to draw a card for you. Okay? That's the game. Who wants to play? So let's see. Oh, I always push the wrong button. Y'all are so patient. I love that. Okay. Oh, be beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And what I'm finding is that learning how to be grateful even in bad times is totally changing my life. All right. So, misery, my friend, even though misery is your name, in order to get a card, you have to put something you appreciate. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, aw, Star, thank you. You know what? It's so fulfilling for me to see those gratitudes because I'm sure that Star has one or two problems. I'm sure there's at least one or two. Thank you, Misery. That's the spirit. That even though he or she's grateful for the moments, oh, y'all are playing the game. Beautiful. That's the part about the power of gratitude. It just brings the best out in people. All right, so I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to stay in order. Okay, so Star. I share the appreciation of quiet moments. I live in such a safe community right now. Oh, my goodness, that card came flying out. See how quick the cards come quicker when you're grateful. So the King of Wands. Okay, Star, let's take a look. All right. So I really appreciate this card because of that lion in the back. Okay. This is showing mastery. So, Star, there's something in the way that you do your relationships, the action steps of your relationships. People look at you as a master. They look at you as someone who has amazing patience. And people might look at you like you're a little unapproachable because you look so, it looks like I think people are kind of afraid you might call them out. And so I would say, if anything, I mean, you may be a fire sign, you may be Aries or Leo or Sagittarius, and you may carry such a big personality that people are just a little intimidated. But you know what, though? They have to realize you're not doing this. Look who's behind you. The spirits, the angels have your back. Your strength comes from who you know you are. And so people look to you and they might say, oh, yeah, but what kind of problems do you have? Or you look like it's all together, but you understand it's only because you rely on the greater part of yourself. Your inner being is guiding you. But what I would suggest is that you just watch how people react to you. you may pick up a tiny bit of intimidation, and you can see it in their eyes. So, Star, I'm just feeling like, even that you call yourself Star, that people don't know quite how to approach you. So, when it comes to love, just pay attention to the reactions. And if you can tone down, if you can just be, like if it was a volume on the TV, that you could just turn the volume down a little bit. And honestly, if I could just say something, I don't want to offend, but really practice your listening skills. Okay. I think people would feel more supported. Okay. So, Star, I am so tickled to do that reading for you. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, you guys, where's my email address? It blew off the table. I am happy to offer advice to you guys in my other types of readings, and my email address is in the description box. And I normally have a little piece of paper with it written, and now I can see that that has disappeared. And I can't blame anybody because I live alone. But it's not important. If you want to reach out, you can find the information in the description box. Okay, next we have misery. And misery finds me, misery finds me. Okay. So I'll take a breath. Imagine that misery is an energy, okay? Now, misery, little did you know I was going to chirp at you, but misery is an energy. And with the law of polarity, that means that there's another energy that's the opposite of misery. So to play this game, think in your mind, what is the opposite of misery? Every person probably would think of something else, but that's what's important when you're having issues. Oh, see, that card just came right out. This is the remedy. Okay, so the opposite of misery. And so for me, the word that comes up to me is comfort. And you guys may have a different word, and that's how your spirit speaks to you. But the opposite of misery to me is comfort. And so when I look at the Ace of Cups coming out for you, misery, this is the promise that there's a part of you, that just wants a fresh start when it comes to love. Let's all take a breath. A part of you sees that in the past, you've kind of, see those hands? See the position they're in? Let me show you. I feel like a part of you is more like this, that there's a part of you that has a squeeze around the heart. And so this card, look at that release, look at the surrender there, still holding the cup of love, but those fingers are untangled. And so a part of you wants clarity, a part of you does not want to give up. And so being able to find that part of you, and there's the word like resuscitate comes to me, where you bring life to it. In the description box, there's something called the Worry Cure. It's a tiny little website that you can go to that's a tool for untangling your emotions. When love has been difficult over time, even with the kids, in fact, I tell people there's no worse broken heart than being a parent, because you have to watch your children making choices maybe you wouldn't make if you were them. But it's the idea of loving without grasping. And so worry can really steal your joy, and it can steal what's going on within you. We are always replenishing. We are always renewing. But if we do hold on to the past like this, nothing can move. Now, before, when nobody could hear me, and I'm sorry about that, I explained why I'm using the lizard. The lizard, the symbol, or this, what do you call it? The meaning of lizard is regeneration, because a lizard can have its tail cut off or chewed off by some animal, and it will regrow. And that's this replenishing energy. So, my dear misery, but grab a piece of paper today and see if you can find the part of yourself that wants to get loose, that wants to be untangled, and then go to that worry cure. It really will help you. Okay. So here is my email address. You guys are welcome to email me with a question. I'm going to be doing a reading a little bit later today for Kane, who was here the other night, and Kane sent me a question about finding love, and I'm going to do a different sort of reading a little bit later today, specifically, and have his energy be a part of the answer, because y'all, we're not alone. Everybody who is in the sound of my voice and has a need to be more deeply satisfied when it comes to love. Okay, Misery? Whoopsie. All right, let's move on. And we have oratile, or I'm so sorry when I butcher these names. Grateful for your mom. Well, I'm grateful for your mom because look at how sweet their child is and how kind to remember her. My mom is on the other side. I actually hospiced her. I'm a hospice volunteer. I was holding my mom's hand when she passed. And she and I had a very difficult relationship. She was a strong personality, and so am I. But at her bedside, when she passed away, she actually apologized to me 3 different times. And bless her heart, I mean, bless her heart, she went through so much in her life, in her earthly lifetime. And we didn't understand each other for many of those years. But then what happened at the end is it was restored. So you just never know how a simple change in your thought can help. So this card tumbled out of the deck here, oratile, and it's showing me that you are a little bit of a worrier. Okay, and so let's just take a look here. Everybody take a breath. I really like this particular deck because the swords are the world of your thoughts. And isn't it true, when you're up in the middle of the night worried about somebody, you're losing sleep? The trouble is, often you are way more worried about that person than they are about themselves, right? Isn't that the truth? You may have a child who's an addict, or you may have a child who's in a bad relationship, and you are just up all night praying and asking God to help them or whatever. And then you look over at your child and they're not even paying attention. They don't even know how miserable they are. They're not aware of their own pain. You are carrying it for them. And that's not good for you or anyone else. Look at that little dove in the top right corner, bringing in light. So your message, Oratel, is that you have an inner being. That's why I always love to pull this little figure into the picture, because you have an inner being that loves you more than you imagine. Your inner being is always holding on to your personality, your smaller self, the part of us that is not complete. Abraham Hicks teaches that we are blended beings, that the greater part of us is actually invisible, that the greatest part of us is connected to the divine, and that's where we find our comfort. Why is it that when we sleep, that's when our worries just attack us? Isn't it true? There's a man that I love. He's named Michael Seeley, and he has a channel here on YouTube. And the other night I couldn't sleep because I was worried, because yes, it's a daily choice to trust the divine with my issues. And Michael has a video about anxiety, and it soothed me. I'm telling you, when I listened to his voice and how he taught about separating myself from anxious thoughts, it helped me and I went back to sleep. So please do look for him, Michael Seeley. Also, if you're new here with me, you need to know that in my community, I put resources that help me. Because when you're trying to be a more loving being, it's more of a journey instead of a destination. People think, oh, when I meet my soulmate, or oh, when my child reconnects with me, or oh, when my husband apologizes, then all of a sudden everything will be wonderful. And the truth is, we have to be prepared to be flexible and forgiving every day. It's a lifestyle. So it's not a destination. And oratile, when you realize that you're on a life walk of being someone who shares their love with people, getting over the negative thoughts that you have is going to help you more than I can say. So please check out the Worry Cure, which is in the description box, okay? And those of you, I know right now, I can tell you, I'm not going to get through the whole line of people today. So if I don't get to you, email me and I will explain to you how you can be part of a future reading and I can draw cards for you. Okay, let's go on here. Hallie, hey Hallie, welcome. Grateful for your life. Man, isn't that the truth? I went through a health challenge in 2007. I was just talking to my neighbor. She's 89 years old. And I said, do you ever worry? I mean, I don't know how to ask you this, but you're such an upbeat person. I said, do you ever think about the fact that your life is almost over? And she laughed and she said, well, I've been through the death of my son and two husbands. And no, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of being dead. It's just getting there that worries me. And I love that sense of humor, don't you? Because that's true for me too. I mean, I'm a dead woman walking. I went through a life-threatening situation in 2007. I'm still here. And when I wake up in the morning, I look out the window and think I'm still here. And when the day comes that I'm not here anymore, I will wake up somewhere else and I'll probably say the same thing. And I do trust, I know that my spiritual self has helped me survive all these years and taught me the things I need to do to stay calm. And a lot of people say they can hear it in my voice. They hear something in my voice that feels calm. I can tell you what it is. It's my inner being coming through me. There's nothing I do on the planet right now except maybe garden that brings me more pleasure than sharing what the cards have to say, how they can uplift you and how they can comfort you, okay? Oh, Star, you are sure welcome. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for your support. And let's go to Misery. You're sure welcome, my friend. Hello there, Santini. You have been here before, haven't you? And you've already asked me about your partner. And so I'm just helping you guys out in the collective here. So Santini, first of all, you have to put in a praise. I see you're raising your hand, but the ticket, to get a ticket for a reading, you need to put something that you're grateful for. And if you've already asked me about your partner in a past reading, the key is to let the cards show you love in a different direction. And I want to just say, in fact, I just have to say this right now. I'm gonna draw a card to support it. Listen to this, you guys. Nobody wants to be somebody's everything. Okay. A lot of times when people are searching for their partner, there's a false idea, a false premise. That's what Abraham calls it, that people think once they have their partner, that then they will be fulfilled in love. And it's not true. Please don't, put a thumbs down when I tell you that. But the fact is that love comes from a lot of different avenues. Imagine that my hand is, there's 5 ways to be loved. One is your romantic partner. One is the family you were born into. One is the people that you work with. The other might be your neighbors, and the other might be the clerk in the store that you go to. So when you're looking for love, what you can control is how much love you give to other people. And if you take your focus off of your current needs for a romantic partner, often you will find so much fulfillment in your other relationships, all right? So, Santini, if you throw in, I'm going to draw a card for that idea that there's lots of kinds of love, and once you start loving humanity, outside of romance, you will open the door for romance, okay? So I'm just drawing a card for the collective. I know you guys are waiting in line, thank you, but I get to be queen. Oh, oh, look what showed up. Okay, so Santini, I know that this card came when I was talking about this energy of letting other people love you. This card is heartbreaking, isn't it? Look at that. This person is really misery. She's tied up. Her heart is broken. But the good news is that this is going away. The cycle is completed. Excuse me, completing. Now, right now, I feel a lot of pressure. Wow. Okay. One of the things that happens to me, I can't explain, is that my body actually feels people's pain. Not hurting pain, but tightness. So right now I have a lot of tightness. You know the feeling like you're gonna burp? And when that happens to me, I know for sure that somebody is having a hard time speaking their truth. So I feel there's someone on the call right now. Someone feels that same pressure, don't you? And it may feel like you feel those feelings before you cry, where you can feel energy in your throat and the back of your neck, because not being able to speak your truth is so painful. Look at her. There's so much pain. But look at how these crows are tiny up here in the corner. They're flying away. So when you're feeling that you can't speak your truth, start writing it. Just get a piece of paper. If you can't write because you're too upset, grab a black crayon or a marker and scribble and scribble and scribble and scribble. And as you're scribbling, just think of the heartbreak that you've had. I wish I could explain why this works, but it does. Because when you have so much of your past that's still pulling at your heart, I have good news and bad news. The good news is that this is an important step for finding your true love. But the bad news is that if this energy is still radiating from you, have you ever had like where you have your stove and you put your hand over or like right here, if I put my hand over this candle, I feel heat. If you're carrying heartbreak, there are humans who will be attracted to your pain. All right? When you are radiating a lot of hurt, just like this candle flame, the people you attract are attracted to your pain. And they will come in and it'll feel good because they'll hug you and they'll comfort you and take care of you. But guess what? The minute your mood starts to go up and you enjoy feeling loved, they will bring you back down. They will be snarky, sarcastic, and mean. Because if you attract someone out of your pain, you're going to live in pain. So the time of being single is very fruitful. Use it. Please go to the description box. There's the soulmate remedy right in there for you. It's called the soulmate, what is it called? Generator. So you can generate energy from your pain. So it gives you directions. If you're confused, email me. I'll walk you through it. But we all need to continually release our heartbreaks in order to attract the kind of person who won't break our heart again. Okay, so gosh, I didn't know I was going to be saying all that. Thank you for the indulgence. Let's go forward here. Look for our next appreciation. Excellent. I am grateful that you have felt that help and guidance. And so this card, I believe, is completely for you. I honestly feel that there's a part of you, Santini, I call that the silent scream. Okay? You might want to write that down. The silent scream, because there's nobody listening to her. Do you see any people? No. So whatever is silent in you, Santini, write down a list of all of your heartbreaks. Who did you date? Who did you used to be with? And allow yourself, use the soulmate generator, and I know that you will be helped. Now, Santini, you are a regular person here on my channel, and I'm hugging you right now, wrapping my arms around and hugging you. But next time you come back, be sure to ask about a different flavor of love, okay? Something in your family, your neighbors, or work. Because right now, follow the advice that you get and then show how you're changing by asking for a different reading, okay? All right, let's go forward. Oh yeah, Michael Seeley will really help you be beautiful. He gets millions of hits on his videos, and but the one on anxiety, oh, it just helped me so much how he taught about it. You're sure welcome, Oratile. You guys thank you for throwing the thumbs up in there. Because, yes, loving yourself, absolutely. Okay, so anyone else who wants a reading, the fee for your reading today is a gratitude. What it is that's going right in your life, because no matter how your life is sucking right now, there is something that's going right. And I love to tease my personal clients that, are you breathing today? And they go, well, of course. I said, well, be grateful for that. And I had somebody yesterday who said that, I'm grateful I'm breathing. And I said, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're going to just pull a card for the collective because y'all, some of you are at work. I know that somebody clued me in and said, I'd talk to you more on the call, but I'm at work and I can't, all I can do is listen. So for the collective, what's our next one? It's the Hermit. Very interesting. So let's take a peek. What we have is the reminder about the lizard. And the lizard is our reminder of regeneration. We never want to give up on love. You don't want to get to a point where like, I'm going to stay single forever because I don't like it. No, when you get heartbreak, it's like your tail is broken off spiritually. And as you rebuild, you figure out why that last partner didn't work out. What caused that breakup? Why did they leave? And if you've been ghosted, man, my heart goes out to you. It's awful when somebody suddenly disappears and you never hear from them again. You don't know what happened, right? And so times of regeneration are critical in your love life. So for those of you who have felt that you've been abandoned or that you made a mistake, that now they're gone and you're lonely, remember, connections have an expiration point. Any relationship that you have has an expiration point. Because even if you meet your happily ever after and you're completely committed and have a beautiful relationship, one of you is going to leave the planet before the other. So it's the idea of not grasping onto love so tight that your person feels strangled, that they really understand that they need to have their own life to be the best partner. This hermit shows that you have separated yourself. You are asking yourself, why? Why can't I find something that lasts? And so you don't want to move forward until you have some insight, because maybe the last couple of people in your life have caused you pain and you're not sure what's ahead for yourself. The hermit I love because if you look close, you can see the little tiny specks of light on the staircase there, on the path. Those are like the breadcrumbs. Are you familiar with Hansel and Gretel, the old fairy tale, where the father left breadcrumbs along the trail so that the children could find their way home? So your inner being, that part of you that loves you so much, is drawing you to separate. You need to just simply sit still for a minute and really look at your last 2 or 3 relationships and see what didn't work out. Write it down. There's no easier way to find what you really want than to look at what did not work out in the past. Abraham Hicks calls it contrast, that we have contrast in our lives that does not make us happy. In fact, it makes us miserable. But what are we doing to cause our own misery? One of the things that people do is they talk about their ex because it feels good, and they tell people how bad they were. I run into people like that all the time, and I tell them the secret. I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Are you ready? What you talk about, you walk about. That's the secret. What you talk about, you walk about. So if you talk about how bad every partner has been since you were 12 years old, you're going to keep attracting unsatisfying relationships. So, this is the way I handle it. When you talk about a ex, I've had my share of exes, boyfriends, husbands, etc. And what you say is, it was good until it wasn't. It was good until it wasn't. That honors both parties and it says the truth, because you would not have chosen them if there wasn't some good in it. Okay, so that's just for the collective. For those of you who are feeling like you're separate and you don't understand, it's so you can sort out what you really want. And the only way to know what you really want is to accept what's happening that you don't want. All right, if anything, if you want any more clarity, if you have a question about tarot or about the cards, shoot me an email and I will be in touch with you and explain. There's a way for you to get a personal reading, and I can explain that to you. So, hi, Jennifer. I got a little focus there. I appreciate you here. And Elsa, thank you. And I appreciate that you all are being grateful. And that's what buys your ticket for a reading today, is just being grateful. I kind of answered. That's awesome. Hi, Hans. Aw, I'm so, you are fabulous. Look at that on my heart. You guys give me goosebumps. Okay, so I love that card for the collective was helpful for you, Elsa. But let's draw one for you, because when people are able to appreciate their spiritual journey, even though the marriage is hard, I appreciate you. I I feel a sisterhood. I feel a kinship, because that is the bottom line. When stuff falls apart, if we can acknowledge that we have a higher self. Now, y'all know that I love Abraham Hicks. I also love the work of Michael Singer. He wrote a book called The Untethered Soul, but he also has very short YouTubes out there that you can listen, because he teaches how to let go. And when you're able to release your situation to your spiritual self, you're not giving up, you're just allowing your spiritual higher being to help you solve the problem. When we feel awful or discouraged, it's because we forget we have this inner partner. If you're walking around the world thinking that you're completely alone, that's just not correct. It's my belief system. My belief system is that I do have a soul, a spirit, a part of me that's connected to God, that does not worry, is not afraid, and can help me. If you're in a relationship like you are, Elsa, where you're just not sure, are you supposed to go forward or not? That's a very difficult situation. And the only answer is to go on that spiritual journey. So allow me, please. I will draw you a card, because you are a brave one, my friend. It's not easy either way. And especially if you guys have kids, then you know you're forever attached. There you go. You're forever attached to your person. Whereas if you don't have children, sometimes you can walk away and leave it completely. So I'm not sure what your situation is, but this is the card that picked itself out for you. Let's see what it is. And it's the Fool. Okay, so the Fool card is all about a fresh start. All right, it's all about, look at how many suitcases do you see? How many backpacks, right? She has nothing with her. She's on the edge of that cliff. I imagine that's just how you feel, right? Like you're on the edge of the cliff, hanging on to a branch, going, oh, brother, now what? Well, now what? Look at all the spiritual light around the object that she's holding, which I'm not sure what it is. I'm just going to look close myself. It's a crystal. Oh, duh. Wonderful, wonderful. It's amethyst, purple crystal. So I'm seeing that for you, Elsa, your spiritual journey right now is what's most important. Holding that amethyst. The amethyst is a wonderful spirit. It's a spiritual crystal because of the beautiful lavender and purple. So you're divine. You are being called deeply into your spiritual work right now, aren't you? I'm preaching to the choir, because you already know this is true. But the time to appreciate what it is you've learned. What have you gotten out of the relationship with your partner? I would do a piece of paper, and I would write down on one side of the piece of paper, write all of the positives from your life with the person. What brought you to them in the first place? What was your attraction? And then on the other side of the paper, write down all of the things that are troubling you, all of the parts of the relationship. And then as you look at those two lists, allow yourself to use it to process with. And when you look at the things that you like about your person, go through the list and see how many of those things are still true. Can you see your person through the eyes of the divine and see if their own troubles and worries, if their situation is something that you are supposed to support or not? In a way, my friend, I feel like this looks like you're hanging on by a thread and it's fearful to go forward. And so I totally understand that. There is I have another website. It's called Breakup Candy, breakupcandy.com. And there's a quiz you can take over there. And also there's lots of articles about how to stretch and become more fully yourself on your spiritual walk. But I believe so clearly, Elsa, that you are going to get what you need, that the universe is going to be very clear about your next steps. You cannot go wrong stretching and growing spiritually. So one person I'll suggest for you is Esther Perel, Perel. She's an expert marriage counselor and she's here on YouTube, and she teaches about how to deal with stress and conflict. And she teaches that without a little friction, without some conflict, a marriage can't last. And sometimes people are just too nice to each other. I know that feels weird, but they kind of close themselves off from speaking their truth because they think they have to do that. So check out Esther. I think she may give you some good guidance, all right? Okay, thank you so much for being here, you guys. So let me see. I'm just going through my list here, and I have Jennifer, Elsa. See, okay. Da, da, da. All right. And I don't know quite how to say your name, Hams or Hams. I'm so grateful that you're grateful for me. Sometimes when I think about some people in my family, because I can be difficult to get along with. I'm so sorry to have to say those words. But it's just that if I spent much of my life not being able to speak my truth because people would either yell at me or tell me to be quiet. And so now that I'm able to speak my truth, I can get a little carried away sometimes, and they all don't like that. Oh well. But okay, so we have, okay, whoopsie. Okay, yes, we're doing love readings today. Thank you. And also that you're grateful for finding me. I'm grateful you found me. It's perfect. And so let's see. We're doing now. Anyone who's watching, one card barely starts, right? It's like going to a fabulous restaurant and they bring you one bite of food. And you're like, what? I'm still hungry. Where's the rest of the meal? That's what we do on my other readings and also when I do private readings. But there's a way for you to, I could draw cards for you as it's like, I call it a prize winner, because if you write me a question that I can use as a theme in a reading, I will pull cards for you personally, just like I'm doing here, but you'll get lots of them. Okay. So if that intrigues you, please email me. I've met the most wonderful people since I started doing that, when I'm able to have a personal email with you. And I just love that. So please take advantage of that offer. I don't know how long I'll do it, but I'm sure doing it now. So for Hams, my friend, let me just flip my deck over here. I just feel like giving it a shuffle. All right, what is it? What is the wisdom that our friend Hams needs? And remember, you guys, when you do come here and you wonder about your person, what is it I need to know about my person? The way my readings go is it almost ends up like, well, what do I need to know about myself first? Because what is it in you that can grow? So Hams, let's see. What is it? I'm patiently waiting for the cards to flip. Come on, little, ooh, here's one. Nope. Nothing like a good cliffhanger. Okay. Aw, this is the card that I feel has longing on. You know that word longing, yearning, and it's showing. Okay, so the wands are passion. Okay, so it looks like your passion, your feelings are not being answered. It's like you're hungry, but you're not eating. Okay, so there's a part of you, my dear friend, who's looking out here. Where's my happiness? Where is it? And the truth is, it's all right here in the center of you. So, with the Two of Wands, it's calling you to reassess your situation and look at it. What has actually left? So, the person walked away, and you may not know why, but longing to know. I have been accused of being an overanalyzer. Like people say, you think too much. If I had $1 for every time somebody told me I think too much, I'd be a wealthy woman. But I have a Gemini moon and I'm a teacher and I like to understand why. It helps me, which hurts me in the faith department because I don't know how the universe works. I have ideas, but I'm not sure. I don't know why I was drawn to do this particular reading today. I just feel the idea and I act on it. So if I had this energy with my tarot reading right now, we would not be talking today because I would have kept looking outside myself for something that always was in my heart. So, for your insight on this, see the globe, see the vehicle with the little surfboard laying on it. For now, the smartest thing you can do, Hums, is just look inside. Stop longing for the past. If this person came back, which they can, I mean, I have a dear loved one who was divorced for 3 years and then they got back together. And I normally say an ex is an ex for a reason, but in this case, because I know these people, this was a miracle. However, even if that person came back, you can be more independent with your energy. Were you here a couple cards ago when I was talking about loving different types of people in your life? Family, friends, the people at the market. Now, if you live in a place like I do, I see the same faces at the post office, at the market, and I can always take a moment and really enjoy that person, look them right in the eye and say, thank you so much. I appreciate you. That connects you with loving energy. And as you do more and more of that, you stoke the fire of your passion because I think that the universe is telling you that part of what you're thinking you're missing from that person is actually so going to bless you when you focus in on your own life right now and just put love to the side. Okay? I hope that makes sense for you. It's kind of a hard reading, but when you look at that face, though, I sense that. And we just don't know about that other person. And if they shape up and they become, a better version of themselves and they come back, great. But listen to this. Here's another secret. You want to know a secret? The secret is that if he or she, if your partner comes back, it has to start fresh. You cannot pick up where you were because there's too many hurt feelings there. So you need to do the work, Hums. Go to the description box, go to the soulmate generator, and put all about Mr. Ali into the soulmate generator. Follow the directions. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. And really turn your focus on yourself for a little bit, okay? And also, if any of y'all, if you disagree with this advice, it's so easy to say, well, that sounded good, but it's not for me. And then that would be true. How many tarot readers are on YouTube? I don't even know, but I'm just one of them. Okay, you're welcome, my dear Elsa. Thank you for visiting. Okay, so I see you. And today we are doing love readings, and absolutely love is part of work. It's part of our jobs. If you don't feel loved and appreciated, it's not the same kind of love as a boyfriend, girlfriend, or family member, but it's respect. Love and respect at work is absolutely falling under our love umbrella. However, in order to get a reading, you have to put something you're grateful for. So, whatever, I don't care what it is. And like I always tell people, don't be intimidated. Did you take a breath today? Yes, you can be grateful for breath. And there's something when you type that into this window, you raise the vibration of everyone in this reading. And that's an important job. I can't do this myself. I need teamwork. Okay, so let's see who is my next gratitude person. Hey, Sabrina, welcome. Hiya, Om. Love it. Love it. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Sonia, can you please do the, oh, no, okay, guys, you gotta listen, okay? Listen carefully, open up your ears. Anybody who wants a reading, all you do is put in something you're grateful for, okay? Are you, oh, Hams, get this. I want to make an announcement right now. I'm doing a project and I'm so excited about it. And anybody who has cards, oracle cards or tarot cards, I want to talk to you. Email me because I have a new idea and I want to create a collaboration. And all I need is people who have a phone and cards. So if you want to email me, Hams, wouldn't it be cool if we could work together? I would love that. So yes, anybody who wants to know about my idea, just email me and I'll get back to you. Fran, hello from Alaska. Love it. Thank you so much. I've always wanted to visit Alaska. I hear it's just so magical there. Again, I'm watching for grateful. Okay, Sophia, wonderful. I love that you are grateful for your son. I am very grateful for my son also. He's not necessarily the easiest personality, and he would be the first to tell you that. His wife is a saint, in my opinion, and I appreciate my son is 42 right now. And wait a second, let me see, did he? Oh no, he's 43. Gosh, time flies. And our relationship has taken some interesting twists and turns over time, but I do not doubt that he loves me with all his heart. But it's been a tricky journey for me to have adult children because I don't want to get in the way of them having their best lives. And sometimes their choices trouble me and I end up worried. And then that's why I created the Worry Cure. So if any of you have adult children, in the description box, you will find something called the Worry Cure. And it has helped me so much with everything. I created it to help myself because I couldn't find something to help me empty my mind of my worries. So, Sophia, I am more than happy to flip a card for you. Allow the cards to flip, and let's do a piece of love advice for you, okay? Oh, thank you. That was fast. You guys, I love all y'all here today that are doing, that are just sending me loving energy and are just joining with the thoughts of gratitudes. You're really making this a richer reading. I'm not even kidding. It's so true. Okay, so my friend Sophia. All right, so let's take a look here. I really like this card. Let's just take a look. What's going on? First, I'm aware of how busy her desk is. So when it comes to love, I feel like you are a person who has experienced being interested and fulfilled and delighted by life. Okay, this I can relate to this kind of energy because I've been single for a while, and while I'm single, there's so many things that I can do that I wouldn't do in a couple, and I enjoy it. But it's showing me here that it's just growing a little bit old, that there's a part of you that's longing for something else. And I look at that bright light in the foreground. See in the background there's that fiery light. So I feel like there's something coming your way fairly soon that's going to be like a shocker energy where you're going, when it happens, you're going to feel like, whoa, wow, whoa, something around that. And I think that you're people sometimes don't realize that the pentacle suit is more than just money. Often love and money are connected. The planet Venus actually is the energy for both love and money. But the Pentacle suit is all about relationship skills, and it's about how to keep peace. The cups, of course, are the emotional angle, but how you think about your relationship and how you act in the relationship are both represented here. So when I look at her, she's doing a meditation. Sophia, have you ever tried a flame meditation? It's pretty fun. You take a candle and just gaze into the candle, watch the flame dance, and then close your eyes and you can see how what you see. So those of you who want to try it right now, you can. Just look at my candle, allow yourself to look at the flame dance, and then close your eyes and see if you can see it. It's a cool way to stretch your imagination and to become focused, focusing on the light. So I do feel that there's something growing, moving, this on your way to a certain degree of satisfaction. And being that this is only a one card reading and I don't know your circumstances, I just hope that this is enough for you to find that focus. Definitely calling for some meditation. Now, meditation was not easy for me when I first started it because my mind is busy and jumping all the time. But what somebody told me, and I love, is that when you sit up straight and close your eyes, you don't even need to make yourself think anything. There's something that happens with your brain when you sit up straight and have your eyes closed. Because normally we always lay down and go to sleep. That's when our eyes close. And then we lose our consciousness and we have a deep rest. But when you're awake and your eyes are closed, your brain takes a break. Okay, so give it a try, Sophia. See if you can sit quietly with your eyes closed and settle yourself. All right? All right, let's move on here. Great, Hums. I'll look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much. Hi, Rosa. I am so happy to draw cards for you, and I would love to do it. In order to do that, you definitely need to tell me something that is going right in your life. And some of you feel sad because being unlucky in love is just awful. It is. And it can make it seem like life sucks. Point is, you woke up this morning, you were able to take a breath. And if that's all you're grateful for, that's enough. You kind of jumpstart your life when you plug into gratitude. That's why I do it this way. So thank you I'm just a commercial for myself and grab a sip of coffee. Thank you for helping my channel grow. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Thank you for being here and showing that you also are interested in having more love and gratitude in your life. It brings me great satisfaction to know that the pain that I've been through in life is able to be transformed and encouraging other people. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart for being part of what I'm doing. Hey, Fran, appreciate this life. Amen. Okay, let's pull a card for Fran. All right, when it comes to love, what is Fran's message? So while I'm shuffling, I want to remind you why I have the lizard. The lizard is here because the symbol of this animal is regeneration. So who of you has not had heartbreak? If there's a person on this call who's never been disappointed in love, please write to me right here because I don't know anybody. I've never met anybody who has not had at least one heartbreak. Think of the lizard. Every heartbreak, the tail breaks off. A part of you breaks off. A part of your experiences, the losses that you have. But the lizard reminds us that we regenerate. Now, our physical body does not know how to regenerate. I understand that. But our spirit can regenerate every time. When we choose gratitude and we forgive the people that hurt us, we regenerate for love. Got it? So, Fran, that's important for you. And there's some resources in the description box that will help you for sure. I would definitely, and for Rosa, is that your name, Rosa? Yeah, Rosa. If you go also, if I don't get to you, anyone, go to the soulmate generator. It gives you, it's in the description box, and it gives you a remedy for the people that hurt you. Because I imagine if you never found love yet, that there's been plenty of people that have hurt your feelings, okay? Catherine Tarot, welcome. Have you been here before, Catherine? It's kind of recognize your name. I appreciate you. I appreciate the Tarot Sisterhood. And also, Catherine, I am doing a project where I'm looking for people, readers, and even anyone who owns a deck. I have a collaboration that I'm putting together, so please email me. I'll let you know what's going on. Okay, Fran. It is true that once you go through a few heartbreaks, you appreciate life even more because thank goodness, I mean, I can get more joy out of my little cucumber plant, giving me those delicious cucumbers every day this time of year. It really does help me enjoy life, whether or not my love needs are solved or not. And I can see the card flipped. So let's see what we have for beautiful Fran in Alaska. And it's the Eight of Wands. Okay, so this is an exciting card. This is a card of a burst of activity. Look at the spark. Okay, so this shows me, my friend Fran, that you are aware of the magic of life, that you have seen things happen out of the blue. You have been in the right place at the right time more than once. And it's given you so much confidence and so much faith in life. All right. So I congratulate you. I feel like you have taken what was meant to harm you and you've turned it into energy. So you can expect something. The Eight of Wands often suggests that you're going to get some kind of news through the electronic media, either text, an email, or somebody will reach out to you, but there is some kind of an offer or some kind of a development when it comes to your connections. I'm not getting clear on if it's where, like if it's a family member, friend, or potential partner, because again, with only a single card, I would love to draw more cards around this because I'm like, wow, what's going on here? But what it shows is amazing resilience. It shows the ability to see that, yes, things were hard, but I'm not there anymore. And it's really good news that something is coming your way that you will notice for sure. You're going to notice this. It'll be an invitation, it'll be support. It might be a letter from someone long ago who reaches out and says, wow, when you did that thing, it really impacted me. Okay, so be ready for some kind of electronic notice that will lift your spirits. Okay, interesting, quick little reading for you, Fran. And Catherine, let's see, grateful to be in relations with that always try the best. Ah, awesome. Okay, so Catherine, fellow tarot sister, let's see what it is that we have for our Catherine. Oops, wow. I barely got to flip and I picked the Page of Wands. Okay, so as a fellow tarot person, I found in the beginning, I found the pages were like a tough card for me. I just didn't get it. I could understand the energy of the king and queen, and I could understand the energy of the tens very well. But the pages got me stuck. And then I got the Light Seers deck that opened the door for me because the pages carry a lot of the energy of the ace. Whenever you draw the ace, like if I draw the Ace of Cups, that would be wonderful card for love because it shows the start of a new emotional connection. And then as you go through the suit, the Ace through 10, it shows growth. And so with this, the Wands is the suit of your passion, isn't it? And it's the suit of your manifesting power. And so look at how sassy she is. Look how joyful she is. I learned that the pages do carry a message, for sure, and that they do love to learn. They're very eager to learn what they need to, but they also carry the ace energy because it shows they've just come through something that they didn't understand at the time, but it ended up serving them. And with the 10 of Wands, that's a card that shows burden, and it shows that somebody is carrying a load. They're trying to figure out how to put down all that they're carrying. And so when you look at the page, then look how happy she is. She found a way to lay aside her burdens and she's rejoicing. Okay, now I have never read this card this way, Catherine, one Catherine to another. But as I look at this today, I see it as a needle. Can you see like the eye of the needle? And I see this white thread that's being threaded into that needle. And I have never seen this before, so I don't know if you sew or if how meaningful this is to you, but this shows me that something is being stitched together. I've never read this card this way, but it's like a needle in a haystack. That's what came up to me first, that I believe, I call myself the golden needle in the haystack. And maybe that's where you and I are kind of in the same vibe, because I'm not a big channel. I love it. I'm a little tiny channel, and there's no accident when y'all find me. And I call myself a golden needle in the haystack because I have no desires to be have a million followers. I can't even imagine how I would operate. It's not my thing. But because of my belief in the attraction, magnetism of this kind of work, that the right people find me at the right time, and trusting my divine spirit to make that happen. So this may be partly for you. I feel like you share that energy somehow, Catherine. But I also think that so for you, because you have your partner, I feel like there's a carefreeness as you release the burdens of keeping this relationship together, or having any sort of concern, and just let it ease and flow. Don't hang on too tightly to things. And I feel like you and your person are going to be sewing something together. I'm not sure what that means. Please email me, Catherine, because I would love to know, being a reader yourself, what this means to you. But I just love it. And when I see that white thread spiraling like that, it's just the promise that the supply will never stop, that your supply of energy to do what you want to do is constant and replenishing. Okay, really cool reading. I found I do like the Rider Waite Tarot, the traditional. And I have, as you guys, if you follow me, you know I'm kind of a deck junkie. I have a new deck coming today, and I'm going to do another live as soon as it comes. As soon as I get notice in my mailbox, I'm going to recharge my phone, and coming back on, because I'm so excited about my new deck. So you could watch for that. But anyway, let's go on to Carrie. Thank you. You guys, I appreciate you. You're keeping me longer. 80, I normally close at an hour, but there's so much gratitude in this. I got goosebumps all over myself, and it's feeding my spirit. Oh, when people are coming with lots of complaints and pain, I get tired. It's so interesting that I feel energized by your gratitude. So I appreciate you. So, Carrie, grateful for the full life God gives. Isn't that the truth? Oh my gosh. Me too. Even though I've had pain in my life, and there's been people that have hurt my feelings and been rude and crude. Anybody know any rude and crude people? Rude, crude. I've had them. I mean, I grew up with 7 brothers, for Pete's sake, and I'm the oldest, and you can't grow up without boys being rude and crude to each other, you know? And I even tease that I kind of live like a teenage boy, because I dress in, sporty clothes, and I enjoy my curly wild hair, and I don't wear much makeup. Woo! And not everybody might get into how I live, but it's just finding my own groove. So this card threw itself out of the deck for Carrie. Let's see what it is. Ooh, Knight of Wands. Now, I remember our last reading, we had the Page of Wands. This is oops, I'm so sorry. I reached up to scratch my nose. The Page of Wands, remember all that carefree and the tossing that needle up into the air, the wand. It's a wand, I know, but it looked like a needle. This is the next development. So when we look at this for you, Carrie, what we're seeing here is that you have a lot of passion, and that your ability to be a loving partner is within your core. Okay, Carrie? In your core is what you need to sustain a relationship. Now, when I look at this hand holding the wand, what I first saw was this looked like an index finger. Okay, like she's pointing up. See that? I had to look again to see it's not her finger. But what this shows me is that your focus on God is where you're controlling all of your energy. When I see this horse back there and he's all, you know how horses can be when they're excited and they're jumping around, but you've gotten off that horse and you're able to know that without God you cannot sustain love. Why? Because humans are annoying. Can I hear an amen? Humans are not easy. And so many people make the mistake of thinking there's a person that could be their soulmate who won't annoy them. We have kind of, hold on. Ooh. I always tease that I do these readings until my phone needs a recharge. So I just got a message that I'm going to need to go pretty quick because my phone needs a recharge, but I promise I'll be back. But anyway, so Carrie, the thing is that the universe or God is definitely complimenting you. The celebration that you feel, even though you're not at the finish line, that in your loving relationships, yes, a partner is important for you, but loving relationships are in our family. They're, like I said earlier, even when you stop to get your coffee or your newspaper or you go to the market to get food, the people that serve you, when you are respectful and kind, when you tip generously, you're sharing love. And all the things you can do to share love in the little ways will draw more and more opportunities to you to have loving connections. So I think this is an affirmation for you, Carrie, to press into what you know God to be, which is love. And then practice loving the people in your life that are peripheral, the people that are not your family. It's so much easier to be kind to strangers. I don't know why that is. If you know, put it in the comments. But this is a very, very hopeful card for you, all right? I thought there was something else I was going to say. No, I don't think so. I think that's it. There's just, you're the kind of person that people enjoy. And so you're probably more of a leader than you think. There's probably more in what you know about love. I mean, you're thinking that it's just you and your personal situation, but I have a sense you're going to be teaching or sharing somehow and helping others to be more loving. Okay, so we're moving on and we have nice. I am grateful for you too, because Sonia, for putting on that weight. I had a situation when I was sick. It was in 2007, and I would get on the scale, and it would show I put on a pound or 2 pounds, and then I would get on the scale the next day, and I lost weight, and it was so frustrating. My body needed to put on weight, and I knew the more I worried about it, that wasn't good for me. So I feel I'm so proud of you that you've put on that weight and that your body is learning how to take care of itself. You guys, self-love is a real key. Can't believe it's 86 minutes into this, and it's the first time I said the word self-love. But you'll notice in the description box that there is a step one, first step. There is a love profile that I prepared. It's a very short little quiz. It only takes 7 questions, but it will give you a report on your self-love. So I definitely recommend that. So I'm proud of you, Sonia. Let's take a quick peek. My phone is running out of juice. I'm not going to be able to get it to everybody. So please do shoot me an email if you have a question. I'll get back to you. And then also I will be going live a little bit later this afternoon. And I have to recharge my phone. And I'm going to get my new cards out of the mailbox. And then we'll go from there. Okay? So what is it we have for our sister Sonia? Everybody take a breath. Everybody who's on the call right now, just allow yourself to send loving energy to all of our participants, but let's support Sonia and let's send her energy to help her continue to gain her weight. And you know how ironic. I bet you anything, Sonia, that there's at least 10 people listening to me who want to lose weight. And I think how ironic when we're never happy with our body, we're always trying to manipulate our body to please ourselves, right? So, first, Sonia, the message of the lizard: regeneration. Your body is regenerating, isn't it? So I would definitely go to one of your search engines, Google or Bing or whatever you want to use, and Google spiritual meaning of lizard. When that comes up, the very first website that comes up, just read it, because you are a living example of regeneration, because you are regenerating your body. And this is such a great energy for you. So, during this time of regeneration, it's a time for you to kind of evaluate, do kind of an audit of what's working in your life and what's not when it comes to love. There's something about how you were raised. There's something about the connections that you had when you were a child that is part of your confidence right now. And I really believe that self love is the most important thing for you as you regenerate your body. If you want to have a love question, I would just let yourself slide it to the back burner so that you don't have to be um, um, paying attention to it right now, because there's something you need to know. All right. See how all that white space is around that figure? That's the adult version of you, Sonia. But when you look at the white space, it's empty, isn't it? There's like a gap. It's not painted like the rest of the background, is it? It's just a gap. So I feel like if you use the complaint cure in the description box and just read the directions, it will help you to detach from life experiences between when you were a child and now, because some of what happened is caused you to doubt yourself, and it's caused you to be like extra careful. And right now, the most important thing is to regenerate. You know what? I've never read this card like this before, but for you, it's like your new body is a puppy, right? It's just starting to recalibrate and regenerate. And the card promises maturity. And I feel like as you release the disappointments from people who were supposed to love you and just didn't love you the right way, I'm just going to bring the focus back over here, that the people who hurt you and disappointed you are part of your regeneration process. Energetically, there's a few things that bug you, and rather than tell another person, go to the worry cure. It's right in the description box. And then if you still feel like there's gaps, that there's a gap in your self-appreciation, that you feel heavy, you might need to talk to a counselor. And I don't think you have to go to counseling forever. I totally have used counselors in the past. But if there's something you're seeing that's blocking you from your regeneration, it's worth asking for help, okay? Cool reading for you, my friend. Okay, I think I have time for a couple more. My phone is almost out of juice, you guys. Pray for my phone. Oh, oh my gosh. Fran, sister, I'm 71. Wow, very cool. Very cool. Listen, if you would like more cards pulled, Fran, just email me, because I think we could do a very fun themed reading on finding love over 70. I mean, why not? Right? And so I feel like the kids that are listening, all you kids out there, when you're trying to find love, isn't it interesting that decade by decade, there's still that desire to connect? So thank you so much for telling me that, sister. Okay, whoopsie. Okay, let's just see if we have any. Oh my gosh, we have so many people. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Hey, Tanzanite, welcome, welcome. So glad you're here. Oh gosh, you guys are so wonderful, beautiful. So glad. Aw, y'all are so kind. Oh, my heart. Okay, Mercedes, Crystal. All you need to do to, oh, be beautiful, you're still here? Wow. Be beautiful, you guys. You'll never guess what happened in the beginning of this reading, right? Be beautiful. My audio was off and I didn't even know it. And Be Beautiful helped me and I got my connection straightened up. And then that's over an hour ago. Oh my gosh, I feel the love, you guys. So all you have to do is put up some sort of a thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Sophia. Oh, grateful overcame. Oopsie. Rosa, I see you. I'm so glad I went in. Okay. So, you guys, the last reading today is going to be our friend Rosa. And because, wow, when you have overcome, I call depression the blues. I think I have the blues just because I didn't like to always say I'm depressed. That was like 40 years ago. And ever since I started saying I have the blues, it made me happier because, first of all, if you're not familiar with the blues as a music class, go listen. Just Google up best blues player in the world right now and listen to a couple of videos because when you hear somebody sing the blues, it goes straight to your heart. It really does. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw one final card and it's going to be around depression. And then I'm going to come back later, you guys, probably mid-afternoon. It's noon my time here. So I'll probably come back around 3 o'clock because I have a new deck and I just have to play with it. But what I see with depression, here's an idea for you. That depression is an energy, okay? It can be switched on like a light switch. And that when depression energy is activated, your actually, there's a physical reason not to get overly geeky on you guys, but there's neurotransmitters in your brain that will send signals out that makes your body feel sluggish, that steals your creativity. Your brain is trying to protect you. So that's all. Like, I'm not a doctor and I can't explain brain, although I have a brother who's like a brain scientist and he's super smart. But when it comes to emotions, it can be quite difficult. However, so let's look at depression as an energy. And then the opposite energy would be what? Joy? Let's just use joy. So imagine, I should do this, I should write this on here. But imagine you've got a scale and 1 is depression and 10 is joy. And that my goal was not to get rid of depression, and that's why I like what Rosa said, to overcome it. Because when I notice myself sliding down towards depression, that's a 1. In the middle is the 5, right? And then on the 10 is joy. So let's say I'm like at a 7 of joy and I'm just feeling great about life, and then I get bad news. One of my friends is in the hospital. I heard that this morning, and I could feel myself as I thought about her in the hospital. I could feel my joy just disappear, right? Like on a light where you can dim the light by going up and down on the switch. Well, that's what happens. And if you're a person who's experienced a lot of the lower side of this, when you feel your energy slide toward that, it can feel scary because you're like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to be depressed anymore. So your awareness is all you need. You don't have to be in joy all the time. In fact, it's artificial to think you can be in joy all the time. But what you want to be able to do is recognize when you're slipping and then do something to create a remedy. For me, getting outside. When I go outside and go to somewhere that's nature, would it be nice if I had a beach? Yeah, I suppose. But I don't have a beach. But I have grass, I have flowers growing. Even in the winter when everything's dormant, nature heals. When you're on the positive end, so when you're feeling more joyful, write a list of things. It's like making yourself an energy first aid kit, right? When you notice your mood is slipping, don't be sad or scared. Just say, oh, thank you. Thank you, Uni. That's what I call God. Thank you, Spirit, for showing me that I'm slipping. And now I can fill myself somewhere else. Running your wrists under cold water in the sink can be enough. I'm not even kidding. Coloring, scribbling. Rosa, Scribbling has been one of my favorite cures, where I just put a piece of paper, get a black crayon or marker, and just scribble my ass off. Scribble, scribble. And as I'm scribbling, I'm thinking of what's making me sad. And I can't explain how it works, but you will feel restored. So all that for this. Now watch, I'll run out of juice before you get your card. No, 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 I wouldn't do that to you. So as I get ready to leave, thank you guys so much. And those of you who are here this whole time, beautiful, beautiful bee. I mean, be beautiful. I am just like overwhelmed. Okay, what is our message for Rosa? So grateful with her. Let's all take a breath. All right, what's our card for Rosa? Okay, this one spit itself out. Insisting. This card insists to be in the reading today, our final card. Awesome. Gorgeous. Which I wonder what this card makes me think. What is your birth sign, Rosa? Because this card is symbolic. Okay, let me look. I love that, Sophia. Thank you. Tanzanite. Oh, you guys, thank you. Okay. Okay, wonderful. Okay, I'm just going back to see. Okay, so look at the surrender here. So this to me is emotional well-being. This is also the energy that I carry, the Queen of Cups, and because it's my heart to help y'all be your best selves, you know, to recognize that having the blues is normal. Depression is something that's a painful word compared to the blues. Look at how blue this card is. And so as you allow yourself to rename depression, you can use my name, the blues. And when you're in the blues and you're really out of it, that would be a 1 when you're the deepest blue. But when you're a 10, you're the greatest joy. The reality is a 1 or a 10 are not ideal. You would think, well, I want a 10. Well, it takes a lot of energy to generate joy. And you could be a 6 on the scale and feel great, honestly, because life throws curveballs all the time and we have to balance it. But what I like to see is between the blues as a 1 and joy as a 10, the target zone. Do you want to know the secret target zone, you guys? 4 to 6. If you never let yourself fall lower than a 4, and that you're comfortable with joy at a 6, you got it made. You make a wonderful love partner for someone when you don't insist that you have to feel joy all the time. It's very hard to stay in relationship with someone who has such high expectations that you're not allowed to make a mistake. So this is our surrender card. Surrender to the Spirit. Allow Spirit to move through you and help you find the best version of yourself, okay? There's one tiny warning with the Queen of Cups, and I have to mention it before I go. And that is that the Queen of Cups often takes care of everyone else first instead of herself. And that is a little bit of a flaw. So make sure that as you go forward, Rosa, that you take good care of yourself. Many people in the chat listed fantastic ideas for how to heal themselves with nature. And you guys who are my regulars, these comments that you're seeing, they disappear for some people's computers. So any of you guys who want to add comments after I post, just to share what you learned or give a resource, oh my gosh, that would be so helpful to me, because often I can't capture the energy that you all have created with me today. And it just depends on what kind of technology people use. So thank you so much, you guys, for hitting the thumbs up, for making comments, and for sharing my work with your friends, because together we can manifest some amazing things for ourselves by learning how to rely on our inner being Abraham Hicks is a very good teacher for that. And also to remember that part of you can regenerate. Even though if you lost a hand, it's unlikely you could grow back your hand. But in spirit, you can regenerate everything that's lost. So on that, I'm going to let you go, my dear friends. 102 minutes. Holy smokes. I've loved all of it. I look forward to seeing you later today. I probably won't go 100 minutes this afternoon, but I do want to introduce my new deck. And feel free to write to me if you have ideas about what kind of reading you'd like to see or any questions you had about what I said today. Okay? So go forth and prosper, my dear, dear friends. I will see you next time. Let me blow out my candle to finish our time together, and I'll see you next reading. Love you all. Bye.